This is Harold Lopez-Nussa, and you are watching First Look.
Hello, I'm Don Was, president of Blue Note Records. The brilliant Cuban-born pianist Harold Lopez-Nussa has just released his debut Blue Note album, Timba a la Americana. It's a groundbreaking redefinition of what is called Latin jazz, produced by the visionary band leader and the bassist of Snarky Puppy, Michael League. Harold, thank you for joining us on First Look today. It's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you too. Thank you for having me. It's amazing to be doing a first log with you. I remember seeing you doing one with Gregory Porter and Melissa Aldama. So I was so those at home in Havana. So it's exciting to be doing one with you today.
That's great. Well, welcome to Blue Note, man.
Thanks.
This is the first album you've made as a Cuban expatriate. You're living in France, you're far away from home, and it's a very big move to make, I know. How did being so far away from Cuba impact the music on this album?
Oh, a lot. I mean, when I decided to left Cuba with my family, I never thought that gonna be that hard to be away from Cuba, from your homeland, people, friends, family, etc., etc. So that's impacted a lot the music of the album, and just seeing the name of the songs, you can feel a little bit like Madupai or Hope or Afro Toulouse, Tumba la Timba. I mean, a lot of reflection about Cuba, and it's a different way to see Cuba from outside. So it's not the same at all. That when I was living there, just like being Cuban in Cuba, is different to be a Cuban in France. So I feel and I think and I do music like a Cuban musician and a Cuban person, but outside of Cuba. So that make a lot of different point of view about the music. So different, definitely that changed a lot. The music, yeah.
Man, Michael League is such a brilliant producer and a very deep thinker. I'm interested in how you guys balanced the traditional elements of Cuban music with the desire to create something completely new.
Well, yeah, Michael is a very smart guy, and he's very interested in learn things all the time. So he really studied the Cuban tradition, the Cuban music. His interest for Cuban music is very deep. So we kind of try to respect a lot the tradition and the folkloric thing, the roots of the Cuban music, but at the same time, as you say, he's a visionary of the music. His point of view is very contemporary of the music that we are doing today. So we wanna keep how to say broke the rules at the same time.
Yes.
At the same time, so from the roots, and then broken them, and then going again to the roots. So we was really working a lot, going back and forward with him. And I mean, everything started with that meeting that we had in Barcelona. The few of us, you was there.
Yeah.
I remember that I show you some of the music, some of the little ideas that I had at the moment, and you encouraged ourselves a lot to go do whatever you want, man. You are free. So after that was okay. Well, the boss say that we are free, so let's let's have fun.
That's good. That's good. My job is complete. This is the first time you've made a record playing electronic keyboards, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, like that for sure, because I did, but quite a very little in some of my albums before. But in this one, I was very like having fun with those new friends that I did. Michael brought the roads to the studio. He brought a lot of electronics thing and pedals and crazy effects that I never tried before. So I was like a little kid with a brand new toy. Just wow, this song I like it. Let me try that. Yeah, that was very fun.
That's good. That's good. You got a great band on this, great group of musicians
Oh
playing on
yeah.
the album. Tell us about everybody.
Def- oh, definitely, definitely. At some point, I feel very lucky to have those guys. Yeah, I mean, I have my brother on the drums. We have been with me for my entire life. He's one of my favorite musicians in the world, and we share life and music from forever.
Mhm.
And then we have Machito, Barbaro Machito, in the percussion. That was he came out because we was dis- discussing with Michael, and at some point we need someone that really can keep the tradition that is the tradition, and he is. He came from a musical family that play rumba, which is which is something that you don't learn at school. It's something that you learn in a solar in Cuba, and it's a tradition that you keep from your father. His father was an amazing rumbero. He's an amazing rumbero. Probably his son will be an amazing rumbero too.
Mhm.
So he's like the real root in the album. And then we have amazing bass player Lucas Curtis, which is one of my favorite guys and bass player in the world. He's so sweet guy, and a great musician. He have this knowledge about jazz. He went to Berkeley and he played with a lot of great jazz artists in New York. And at the same time, he have this knowledge about Latin music, Latin jazz, Cuban music, which is also huge. He's he have been the bass player for Eddie Palmieri for years, so he know about that. And then we have the virtuoso of Gregoire Marin, the harmonica, which is an amazing musician that I have been playing with, Herbie, Pat Messini, Cassandra Wilson. Yeah, it's a long list of great artists, and he's an amazing musician. What he can do in this little instrument is just amazing. So I'm very happy to have him. I'm very happy to have all those guys in the album. They are very finest musician. Yeah,
Great, great band, man.
yeah.
I,
Thanks.
I know I know a lot of the songs came from little ideas and fragments that you recorded on your phone. And one of those fragments became the incredibly wistful song, Mal du Pais. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, well, yeah. I used to. I record in my phone any idea that I can have traveling in a plane, in a train, wherever, doing thing in the house, and then I go back into those ideas and sometimes get into a song. So that's what's happened with Madupai, and Madupai means in English homesick, and it's all about be away from my country, my people, the sea of the Caribbean, the smells, the everything that I'm missing from Cuba. But at the same time, that makes part of my life or wherever I am today is because of all this that is still with me. So yeah, it's a melancholic and very feeling ballad in the album. And now that we play this song almost every gig or every gig, it's a part of the concert where I get a little melancholic about Cuba. So yeah.
Oh, well, let's play it. That's Harold Lopez-Nussa from his brand new album, Timba a la Americana. It's a song called Mal du Pais. The first track on the album is a song called Funky, and you can hear the traditional elements there, but also there's something very new that's clearly going on. Let's talk about that track a little bit.
Oh yeah. Well, Funky. I remember that when we was trying to fix a title for that one, I had Funky in my notes in the telephone. And I say, Michael, hey, Michael, Funky should be nice. And he said to me, no, man, but this is not a Funky at all. Yeah, but I mean, we don't know what this is. That start with a kind of groove, that I first think that it have something to be with funky, but then the percussion come in and it's like a makuta, and then there is some element of rumba, of sun, of jazz at some point. So it's a kind of big mess all around. So I think that define very well what you can listen later in the album. So we choose the title. That's why. Yeah.
That's great. All right, let's play that one. That's Harold Lopez-Nussa, a song called Funky. The track Hope has got a very traditional gospel kind of feel to it, but there's also a wild electronic treatment of the piano that reminds us that this is something very new. Tell us about that song.
Well, yeah, that one I think is the only one that I start to think about or to create in Cuba when I was stuck for the lockdown of the pandemic. So I remember that I at some point that I was a little depressed to be at home and don't play music for a long time alive. I mean, I have this hope to things will change. We're gonna play music again in front of people, actually with friends, and I start to wrote hope, and then yeah, that's why it's something that is not new in the way that is a groove that is not new at all, but the treatment that we do to the piano is that's something new, that's something that could happen later or maybe for future. So that's why we do this treatment to the piano. It's kind of crazy. And then Michael, I remember that he recorded some percussion with his body. So yeah, we was always trying to do something special and new in this album. Yeah.
Very cool. Let's play it. All right, that's Harold Lopez-Nussa from his new album, Timba Americana, song called Hope. Harold, man, just want to welcome you to Blue Note Records. We're very proud to be part of releasing your new music. You made a great record. And thank you so much for being here today, man.
No, thank you to you. I'm very, very proud to be part of the Blue Note family now. You guys are all amazing, and your support have been so great so far. So I just want to say thank you to you and all your team, and I hope to see you soon again, man. All right.
Okay, man. Thank you, man. And thanks
Thanks.
to all of you for watching. We'll see you
Yeah.
next time on First Look.
If you enjoyed First Look and would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button and also click the bell icon. That way, you'll be notified when we post our next video.